the idea of when I put this together and thinking about it is I wanted to get something on bike efficiency and bike stroke with Andrew, something on swim efficiency and swim drilling with Earl, and then now I want to get you something on run efficiency with Josh. So Josh Gold is a triathlon coach at Asphalt Green, and he's going to talk to us, terrific coach, and he's going to talk to us this morning about 5 run drills. So while Earl is in bed dreaming about swimming, Josh is in bed dreaming about running. So Josh, talk to us about the 5 run drills that will make us better.
Great. How's everybody doing? The fun thing about Earl and I, we probably don't get enough sleep to dream at all. Right? Earl works pretty regularly and all the time. So my basis...
Talk right into it.
Talk right into it? All right. So, here we go. So regardless of the type of runner, I just have to stay right here. I can't move around. There's a reason I run. There are different types of runners. So whether you're a marathon runner, okay, where this guy needs to get something to eat. Middle distance, these guys are running a 10K, you need to pull your feet off the ground. Or whether you're Michael Johnson, who's a sprinter, there are basic things that we all need to do. Doesn't matter how fast we're running or how slow we're running, how big we are, how small we are, how skinny, how heavy, if we're bow-legged, if we're pigeon-toed, or anything, okay? There's basic things that we all need to do. What we're going to do today is go through a few of those drills that'll help you get there, okay? My background is basically from the pose method of running. But we're going to get through this quickly. There are 3 things we need to think about. Pose, which basically stands for your point of support. Right? There is no movement without first having support. Okay? Movement is the destruction of balance, whether it's in swimming, cycling, running, dancing, or any other movement at all. So we need to think about being in the pose, the point of support. We need to be pulling our foot off the ground. Okay? Not pushing, and we'll demonstrate why in a moment. And we need to use gravity to assist us, okay, for falling. One of the biggest deterrents in adults learning how to run properly is the fear of falling. All right, if you watch babies run, the first thing as parents, everybody have kids? Who has kids? Good. Who has little kids, like 2 years old? 2 years old? Not many of you. 3 years old. 10. It's a pretty old crowd here. Teenagers. All right. We're always worried when they start to walk or when they start to run. We sort of want, don't go, right? But we stop them from doing that. So after a while, we're training our children not to run properly, to be afraid to fall, they're going to get hurt. Where we should be doing the exact opposite. We should be encouraging them when they run. Don't even encourage them, leave them alone. Let your kids work it out. So they'll fall, they'll cut a knee, they'll protect themselves, okay? But that's one of the things as adults we do. And also when they run with mommy and daddy, they mimic us. So if you're running, landing on your heel, your child is going to do the same thing. So we get to the actual drills. Everybody stand up. I have to stay here. Should I bring the microphone with me?
Just go back. They can't hear you, that thing.
Microphone with me? Great. Okay. All right, great. This is good. I can do like some nighttime kind of thing.
You're off the webcast.
Oh, the webcast.
Do your best.
Okay, so things we need to do, all right, is learn what exactly is the pose. If I filmed every single person in this room at one point in their running stride, they would be in the pose, okay? Because we all have to be in the point of support before we move forward. Okay, you can hear me in the back there? All right. All right, so the pose is basically pulling your foot off the ground. Okay, now, when it comes to whether it's Pose or Chi or Evolution or any of the name brands, right, we're all focusing on getting our foot off the ground. All right, so all I want you to do is knees bent. Everybody's knees bent. You might have to turn sideways because your chairs are like right behind you. And pull your foot underneath your body using your hamstring, right here. Okay, actually, Jordan, can you come up here? Come on, buddy. All right, so there's using your hamstring and using your quad. Okay, and by showing it, all right, if you can pull your foot underneath your general center of mass, okay, that was very good, because he's using his hamstring. Your foot's going to come here before you use this quad. He just wanted to get up here, and I call him. Big difference is the muscles that you're using, okay? If you guys, without getting hurt, jump up, okay, that's pushing off. A lot of energy goes into pushing off the ground. If you just pull your foot off the ground, if you had a choice of which to do when you were running, which would you do? You'd pull, right? Because this takes much less muscle tension, okay, and activity than jumping. It's the same thing when you're running. I've been off focus. All right, it's the exact same thing when you're running. All right, so pulling your foot off the ground and learning just this, pulling it up, knees are always bent, and that's it. All right, very simply, I tell my clients, my athletes, stand in front of a mirror and just do this. It's pretty boring, right? But you know what? Some of those drills that are always talking about, that Michael Phelps still does, okay, I still do. Very simple. Every time I teach a lesson, it's right there. Okay, think about your ankle being along your leg. If you can put a drink on your quad, you're using your quad. All right, so we want to get away from this and just start pulling our foot off the ground. Okay, a lot of fun stuff that you can do when you're running is partner running, right? We want to learn how to fall, right? So you can sit down. I don't want to demonstrate too many people falling right now. So to get the sensation of falling is very difficult by yourself, right? We can tell people that we want them to lean forward and that we fall from our ankles through our hips, through our shoulders as one solid, board, or however you might use the words. But it's great if you can get somebody to actually hold you and run backwards while you're leaning, okay? You're actually resting their hand on their chest. I'd love to show it and the sensation, but I know that I'd be over there and it wouldn't be in front of the camera. So if anybody wants to do it later, I'd be more than happy, or try it. Get somebody to stand right here, let them lean on your hand. And as you're running backwards, right, let them lean on their hand, and then at some point, release your hand. They will fly a lot faster than they'll be able to control it, because they're actually, for the first time, using gravity and seeing how gravity assists you. The third drill I dream about is being assisted running with your eyes closed. All right? If you do this, you want to have enough room. You don't want to have a stage where you can fall off. All right? It's just not a good thing. So what you do, let's say you have a runway right here. All right? You have to trust the person you're working with. Right? You close your eyes, and that other person has their hand on your back. And they're pushing you. Okay? Not forcefully, not aggressively, just so you can get that feeling of something behind you pushing you forward. The fact that your eyes are closed, your sense of awareness of the rest of your body is incredible. It's very, eye-opening by closing your eyes. It brings a total new awareness to what your body is doing while you're running. One-legged drills, all right? So doing one-legged drills under general center of mass is also a lot of fun. So everybody get up. This takes a little bit of coordination. All right, so how many of you can dance? Not that you like to dance, how many of you can dance? You're pretty coordinated. Okay, good, you won't have any problem with this. For those of you who have a hard time and are challenged that way, this is just fun. All right, so what we're doing is we're pulling our foot underneath like we did before. Right, that's pretty simple. Right, that one movement right here. Right, but we don't run like that. Right? What we do though is we start bouncing. right? Then you pull your foot up. Just right underneath your gentle center of mass. Now, don't use your quad, right? Don't use that. How many of you are having a hard time? Right, there you go. Try. Good, let's try the other leg. Guys, always have your feet, good. Underneath you. All right, so now what you want to do is you're back here, right? Your general center of mass is right underneath you. Okay, so it's not pulling back. Okay, the movement is not sweeping your foot back. It's just getting it off the ground. Your foot will go that way as you're going that way. Okay? So you just pull it off the ground with gravity, that foot will be going back. So when you see people running, that's what's happening. Okay, you just get your foot off the ground. The last thing you need to have, and we all talk about cadence, and we put numbers on cadence, is you have to have fast feet. Stay up. Just one more thing, okay? So one of the drills I do with my athletes is also a lot of fun. We're just gonna keep our feet shoulder width apart, and we're gonna click our heels and come back down. Do one of them. Now, keep it shallow, okay? Keep it low and quick. That's not too bad, right? One of them. Now do 10. One. That was a little more challenging, isn't it? Okay, so that's it for today. I'll have to go back to sleep and dream of another 5. So, thank you all for coming. And Jordan, I think we should all thank Jordan for putting together an incredible event.